Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks. Now, later in the future, I will be doing a top 5 quarterbacks like in history of the NFL, but just for today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks. So starting at number 5, I have Tony Romo. Now, like him or not, Tony Romo really was a good quarterback, okay? Even though he didn't win any Super Bowls and he didn't really win a lot of playoff games, he did help us out a lot when we needed a good quarterback. After Troy Aikman, it was just one quarterback after another, and we needed a good quarterback to come in and really make us a solid team again. Now, like I said, he didn't win any Super Bowls, but he was the one who got us out of the slump of no playoff wins. He led the team to a playoff, and he won the game, and so to me he is top 5 material. Also, he did put up a lot of numbers in regular season, and he put up a lot of records, and including more fourth quarter comebacks than any Dallas Cowboys quarterback in history, or I think that's what it was. So anyway, that's why I have him at number 5. At number 4, I have Don Meredith. Now, if you're a real Cowboys fan, you know that Don Meredith was our first quarterback. He was good. From what I've heard, he was funny. He was just a great person to be around. Don Meredith, I don't think he went to any Super Bowls, but he was a really good quarterback, and he was actually very underappreciated. If you watched history of the Dallas Cowboys, or you have heard anything about him, Don Meredith was not appreciated for his time, and people don't know this enough about him, but he was a good quarterback, so that's why I have him at number 4. At number 3, I have Danny White. Danny White, I don't know a lot about Danny White, but what I do know of him makes him my top 3. After Don Meredith left, after Roger Staubach left, it was just Danny White. Everyone thought, Roger's a legend, Danny can never become a legend. Well, he is. And in fact, I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but I do know that he's in the Ring of Honor. Danny White he was an excellent quarterback. And in my opinion, he was better than Tony Romo and Don Meredith. So Danny White had to pick up the slack from when Roger Staubach left, and he did just that. Now, if you know anything about Danny White, you'll know that he won a few playoff games, and he led the Cowboys to a Super Bowl, but they didn't win it. So Danny White, in my opinion, deserves to be number 3. Number 2, I have Roger Staubach. Captain Comeback, Roger the Dodger, whatever you want to call him. Roger Staubach helped the Cowboys win their first 2 Super Bowls. And he was the leader of the team. He commanded respect, and he got respect. He led the Cowboys to so many fourth quarter comebacks, and he led the Cowboys to 2 Super Bowl wins. And he performed daredevil escapes that he proved that he could beat teams with his arms and his legs. And he was able to run, and if you know anything about the NFL, quarterbacks who run don't normally last very long. Roger was tough. Roger Staubach was so tough. I believe he broke his ribs in one game, and he still played through it. He was so tough that he just proved that, hey, I deserve to be here. This is my team. I'm gonna lead this team. Now, it was a toss-up between 1 and 2, and if you know anything about the Cowboys, you'll know who I picked for my number 1, and that was Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman, in my opinion, was the most accurate quarterback, in my opinion, to ever play the game. If you watch his first Super Bowl win with the Cowboys, he was so on point with his passes. His passer rating was through the roof for that game. And for every season, his passer rating was really, really good. So Troy Aikman won 3 Super Bowls, and that's why I put him ahead of Roger Staubach. It was a toss-up, and it honestly came down to who won more Super Bowls. And Roger Staubach one less, so that's why I have him at number 2. But Troy Aikman, people always say, "Oh, it's just because his team that he had around him that made him so good." Well, there's a reason why his team was good, and it was because he was an amazing leader. He was a catalyst. He was the leader. He said the same thing as Roger. Hey, this is my team. I'm going to lead them, and we're going to go all the way. And they did it 3 times, 2 back-to-backs. And honestly, without Troy Aikman, I don't think the Cowboys would have won the Super Bowls they did. Now, honestly, in my opinion, for 1 and 2, if you had put either of them with the teams they had at that time, if you had switched them around, I still think they would have done the same thing. And I think Troy Aikman is the best quarterback the Cowboys ever had. So these are my top 5 quarterbacks, you guys. If you disagree, let me know what your top 5 quarterbacks are. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and God bless you. And go Cowboys. Peace.